So we don't know what this is, but about 10% of the over 21,000 petroglyphs here at Three Rivers is this motif, but it's actually not found very much at other Jornada Mogollon rock art sites. This is a pretty neat one. It looks like they used a feature of the rock, that little bulge there, to be an eye in some sort of animal. This is supposedly a bighorn sheep. What I find interesting about these bighorn sheep petroglyphs is that bighorn sheep are not very common around here anymore, but from the number of petroglyphs that you can see around here of them, at one time they must have been fairly common. No one really knows what these petroglyphs are all about. They could be telling stories. Some have speculated that they're prayers, or they could just be art for the sake of art's sake. No one really knows. This is another bighorn pierced by arrows. It's almost as if this rock tells a story. There's a couple footprints, and as we move down, there's an animal with what appears to be an arrow in it. And then yet another big footprint, looks maybe like a bear print. There's a real good view of Sierra Blanca in the distance. We've seen that in other videos, like the Fort Stanton video, Smoky Bear video, things like that. But what's interesting today is it's a nice rain shower right in the foreground. This rock is all oxidized, meaning it's been exposed to air and the outer edges have turned black or dark brown. And that's how these petroglyphs are made. It's just simply chipping through the outer layer of the oxidation to reveal the lighter layer underneath, and you have a petroglyph. There's a lot of mesquite and creosote bush here. So we are clearly in the Chihuahuan Desert, which makes me wonder why this place was called Three Rivers. I haven't seen one river, let alone three rivers. Still a very scenic spot. There is a small village just below us, and it's been theorized, and it makes perfect sense, that most of these petroglyphs were created by the people who were living in this village. We're going to go check that village out here in just a minute. I stand corrected. Just beyond where the village will be, there are some trees down there, look like some cottonwoods. Cottonwoods are always an indicator of water. So I was wrong, there's at least one river. We're standing in the spot where the village used to be, and looking up that hill in the distance right there, that's where all the petroglyphs were. So not a far walk and a good spot to go sit and etch some petroglyphs. It's a little hard to see, but this is actually the remains of a house that was here. You can see a little depression, some posts. These are the remains of a pit house that's actually been reconstructed, but in the distance you can see a bunch of cottonwoods. Kind of tells you why this was a good area for a village, because cottonwoods always indicate water, at least a shallow water table. So we're walking around the remains of the village. It was occupied about 1,000 years ago, and came across some potsherds. Now, it is extremely important, if you ever find something like this, that you leave them where they are. It helps archaeologists figure it out. It's part of the past, and they just frankly belong here. But a very, very cool find. Well, thanks for joining us on another Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip. This little trip to Three Rivers Petroglyph Site in Three Rivers, New Mexico has been really cool, especially the petroglyphs and the pottery sherds that we found. Really fascinating, cool little gem. I know I say a lot of things in New Mexico are gems. It's not my fault. I live in a great state that has a lot of gems. We'll catch you on the next one.